Hello again, I'm Sarah.
I'm Sean.
And what we thought we'd talk about today is pocket nappies. We had a couple that arrived this week that we've been sampling and trying out, and these are two famous brands that we thought we'd compare them to, so that you can actually see what they look like compared to, say, ones which might be more familiar to you. This is a Little Love Bum Popper and Pocket, and this is a Bobber and Boo. Okay, so I thought first of all we can unpopper them and have a look inside, say, the Bobber and Boo and the Little Love Bum, so we have a frame of reference. So one thing that really stands out to me when I compare Bobber and Boo and Little Love Bum is that Little Love Bum is significantly longer. So you can see that it has, let's have a look, about an inch and a half extra length than the Bobber and Boo. However, one thing that does also stand out is the Bobber and Boo has a wider gusset than Little Love Bum, although they both have an integrated double gusset inside, as you can see, but the Bobber and Boo is a little bit wider, but you can see that they have this part here that's got a double gusset inside, which helps contain, especially with a younger baby and a breastfed baby, those can be really handy for containing the poo.
Yeah, definitely helps to catch it and stop those additional leaks or punamis, as you know, so many parents out there will be very aware of.
Yeah. And so what I thought also we could look at is on the outside, I'll just button them up a moment so you can see, is that you can see here the Bobber and Boo has basically two of the female poppers down here, which means you can adjust to two different and smaller settings, so that's 3 rise settings in total on the Bobber and Boo, whereas the Little Love Bum has the 3 female poppers underneath and the 1 male there, which means that you have 3 different rise settings on there and a total of 4 different sizes that you can put that on. And also there's the crossover poppers on the Little Love Bum and no crossover poppers on the Bobber and Boo, and similarly there's the double poppers which help with the Little Love Bum in terms of getting a secure fit. So what I thought would be helpful is if we look at them all side by side. So in terms of our new ones, we have the Bunny and we have the Mermaid ones, which have arrived this week, which are very beautiful.
That's your favourites, the Mermaid. So we've got Logan with us, and he's definitely commandeered that Mermaid.
And what really stands out looking at them is that actually, in terms of the size and the proportions, the Little Love Bum and the new ones are very, very similar in terms of their design. They've all got their 4 different settings in terms of the sizes, but equally the inside parts are also very, very similar. So you've got pretty much the same length.
Where is the phone?
There we go, it's the same length. And also the gusset is also about the same width. What you do see inside that is different is the materials within these. I mean, whilst the Mermaid one has a micro suede inside, which feels similar softness and similar sort of colour to the Little Love Bum Pocket, the Bunny one we have is a coffee fibre one, and we've really sort of fallen in love with coffee fibre recently, haven't we, in terms of the benefits?
Definitely. The odour eating benefits of it are like really impressive, and again, it's one of those sort of things that more so for toddlers, I'd say, because obviously they wee quite a lot. You know, obviously we're potty training Logan at the moment, so it tends to accumulate a lot of urine, and that smell can get quite pungent. The obviously more full the nappy gets. But with these, they do a really good job of helping to mask that odour. So even if you use it as an overnight nappy or anything like that, it does a really, really good job of masking that odour, even when you come to morning. So it's worth bearing in mind.
And that's one thing I wanted to talk about, as well as sort of the type of inserts that we've been using inside as well. So in terms of our online purchases, we can add these microfleece coffee fibre inserts with these, and it costs a little extra, but what we found has been a really winning combination is pairing that with, say, a hemp insert inside, and sometimes we might add, say, a bamboo slim just to fold it in a position. So with our boy we might hold that at the front for extra absorbency, but having the coffee fibre on top and then the hemp underneath, we got 5 hours plus, didn't we, the other day?
We did, yeah.
And even
no
overnight,
smell.
yeah, and even overnight it worked quite well with that combination for us anyway. There are subtle differences inside. So what you can see is that both Little Love Bum and the coffee fibre have stretchy tabs, Whereas this one, although it looks similar on the outside, it doesn't actually have stretchy tabs incorporated. It's still got the microfleece material inside. We like that both of them have crossover poppers and double poppers and hip stability poppers as well, because these are things that I really find helpful in pocket nappies. Because we've got 2 in cloth nappies at the moment, what they do is they allow the nappy to go really, really small because it can cross over. So basically you can cross it over and put the poppers over like that, and it goes really tiny around the waist. And obviously because it's got the extra rise on the bottom, it can go really tiny with a combination of the crossover poppers and having the extra rise at the bottom. And in fact, that's one thing we found was really beneficial, also the little love bump, because we pretty much put this on our youngest when she was newborn.
Yeah, again, so it's a good consideration to have that when you're buying your kit, you can ultimately just start off with something like this and use it right through to potty, rather than investing in newborn diaper wraps or nappies or anything like that, and then buying sort of like the next size up of the kit.
Yeah, and it worked for us. I mean, I think technically the little love bum advocates from £10 plus, but it was fitting our daughter from £8, so we weren't getting leaks. And I think that is because it now has the extra rise, and these ones have the same. It just goes really tiny. In fact, it now goes too tiny for our littlest, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
So we have to put it a bit bigger on her, and she's 3 months now. So I think that's a good sign, really, that of a nappy that's really just more birth to potty. The stretchy tabs as well just allow that extra bit of flexibility. There's a few features. I mean, they're very similar, the Mermaid and the Bunny one, but there's some subtle differences. I'd say that the coffee fibre one is more feature rich in that it has the tummy panel. It also has double-ended pockets in terms of when you're inserting the absorbency, so putting inserts in, it makes stuffing really, really easy. So you can just basically stuff it in, I'll stuff it in really roughly like that, just so you can see that because it comes out the other end, you can then just straighten it from that end, and you're not having to have the whole manoeuvre of being like, oh, I'll put my hand all the way in and I'll be able to then straighten it. You can flatten it from both sides, and that's a real time saver, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. The amount of times where you try getting it in there and you've got this diaper like a puppet or something like that, and it just becomes a bit of a nightmare.
So yeah, that's really handy, having the pockets on both sides. There is an extra feature as well with this one, which isn't actually relevant to the inserts it comes with, but does work for some of our inserts that you've noticed. It's got a popper, a snap down popper, so if you've got inserts that have a popper on that you want to fix, this will also hold it in place, which is also really handy. So yeah, I mean, we really like these in terms of the prints.
Yeah, definitely, and I just like the way this sort of the contrast colour on the front with the tabs. It just, it all kind of looks good. The colours pop. It just all, we're really impressed with these. Our little ones like them. They're very secure. They've done a really good job, and they're great because they're interchangeable between obviously our basically 3-month-old now and our toddler, and you can just snap them, up different sizes, which is really handy.
Yeah, and what I found really helpful is just having that frame of reference as well, because we know that the little love one fits really well, and these are almost identical fit to that, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I mean, it's almost like using the same nappy at the end of the day, so it's,
and it's not that we don't like the bobber and boo, but there are features of these ones which we especially like the crossover poppers, the stretchy tabs, the extra rise setting. This one we do like the coffee fibre and the fact that it's got things like the double-ended pockets, but this one if you're not fussed about having the coffee fibre and having the stretchy tabs, then this one is absolutely great because it's just beautiful designs. I mean, it's absolutely stunning, and actually on our website, the amount of promotion we've got on, if you click to order one of these and it would cost you $8.49 all in, including delivery, you'd get the nappy to your door, because that you automatically get a 15% discount. And they're priced at $9.99 RRP, and at the moment it's $8.49 and it's free shipping to have it delivered to you. So it's a bargain.
Can't go too far wrong with that.
Yeah, so it's that's pretty much what we have to say about these ones. I think. Have I missed anything?
No, I think we covered everything there. And obviously on last week's video we said that we were having our call and sort of like virtual meet-up with some of the families and the team over at Soft UK. We had that on Wednesday, and it was, it's very enlightening and ultimately very touching hearing about other people's stories and how they're dealing with the sort of issues that have cropped up and everything else that's been happening during lockdown, and really draws attention again to the same sort of thing that we've gone through beforehand, which has really pushed us and motivated us to do what we're doing at the moment in terms of trisomy and mosaicism and all of that stuff where there's just so little knowledge and awareness of it. And that same message was resounding right across the board of everybody on that call and on that virtual meetup. So again, it just kind of helped us to see that it's not just us, it's not just an isolated case that we went through. There really is a massive awareness piece needed there. So for more information, also check out some of our earlier videos or head over to Soft UK and check out their website as well. There's so much great work that they're doing and some really fantastic bits that they're doing as well. And that call was just absolutely enlightening. It was amazing to meet some other people as well and just kind of.
And I think actually one of the things that I'd really like to talk about, and I know we said we'd talk about this week as well, is just thinking that actually, yes, we're talking about cloth nappies, and one of the things I've really reflected on whilst I had this conference this week with Soft is very much that for me it's been really therapeutic having the nappies, really enjoying the patterns, going through the process of having something to focus on, and really just how much even just a print like this can really brighten up my day, as silly as that might sound. And if there's one thing I want to get across, it's that if you are going through a really tough time, whether that's pregnancy related, trisomy, whether it's that you've just found lockdown really tough and things are really stressing you out, then we want to hear from you, and you can send us the message, and we want to help. And really that's what we're setting up the chats for as well. So our work is ongoing with Soft at the moment, and we've shared our stories, and we'll continue to share this information to our page as it becomes more publicised and everything. We are also taking steps to move Mosaic Cloth more to the direction of what we'd like, because we're getting more UK stock in. We've got stuff for hampers that's arrived, and we're putting those together. So basically, please just keep following, and we can build a community, we can get stronger together, and that's really what we're aiming for, isn't it?
That's it. And to talk, or to kind of just talk it through. And we said this in some of our original videos, that when you're in that sort of situation, it can feel almost all-encompassing, and that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But sometimes just talking to somebody and getting another point of view, it can be really helpful. And that virtual meetup that we had on Wednesday was so powerful, because there were so many other parents in lockdown facing all these different challenges, and just having them talk about it, and you realise other people are going through it, sharing tips of what they did to overcome that, and it's just so helpful. And
I think also one of the things that I really thought about is, yes, we had the final part of the pregnancy with our youngest during lockdown, and there was a lot of uncertainty around that, and that was really difficult for us. But also what I've really thought about is imagining going through those initial tests during that lockdown process and being told your child is incompatible with life at 4, 5, 6 months pregnant, which is what we'd gone through, and that I can only imagine how isolating that must feel to be going through something like that right now. And if that is you and you're listening and you're hearing this right now and you're thinking, I don't know what these tests mean, I feel completely alone, and I've had so much uncertainty, I've been so isolated, no support network with lockdown and COVID, we're here for you.
So reach out, and mothers, fathers, partners, anything like that. If you know somebody else who's going through it, ultimately we've been through something, and we feel we have a lot to offer in terms of helping you just kind of think it through, put things into perspective, and even signposting you to the right sort of places to get that support. Reach out, share with the community, share with us, whatever helps you to get through this.
Okay.
Brilliant. So thank you very much again for obviously watching the video. I really hope that you've enjoyed this and we've brought some value to you today. So if you could hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, because it really helps us to grow the channel and just tells YouTube that people are interested in this sort of content. And feel free to come over to our Instagram and Facebook page, connect to the communities we've got growing there, and we will see you next weekend with another video. So thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.